Panama City, on Florida's beautiful Emerald Coast, it's Panhandle Outdoors with Captain Roy and the coach.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. Glad you're with us today. We've got a good show lined up. We've got a special guest with us. He's back there getting warmed up. Let's jump on our preparation, engineering, and surveying weather report first. It's a little cooler this morning out there than I thought it was. It's 44 degrees right here in Panama City, 42 in Mariana, and 46 down in Apalachicola. But it's going to get up in the low 70s in this area. And low tonight is going to be a little bit warmer, just be low 50s, about 52, 53 around the coast here. Water temperature has varied. I've read 2 or 3 reports, anywhere from 68 to 72, so you just pick out a number there, but the water temperature is dropping. Marine forecast, wind coming north-northeast at 4 to 8 knots, waves 2 foot. It's not going to be a bad day to be on the water. It'll be really smooth on inland waters. Our river readings, folks, our river readings, I got them down here somewhere, but they're really dropping off again. The river readings here in Apalachicola at Bluntstown is at 0.3, and the Chattahoochee River actually was 8.8 last night and up to 9.3 today. So it did jump up. The tide chart, take a look at our tide chart here. Today is November the 28th, and we have a really strong, it's really dropping out this morning. Look at the middle of the day there, 28th. The middle of the day is going to be low, then coming in all afternoon, a strong tide. So it's going to be high at about 11 o'clock tonight and low about 11 o'clock this morning. A really good strong tide, and really the next couple of days have a really good strong tide. Now on Wednesday morning, I'd like to call down to St. Joe area, Indian Pass, but actually Blair Morgan is in Sumatra. He spends some of his winter time up there at his winter home. Blair, you with us?
I'm with you. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. Tell us what's going on over in your neck of the woods.
Well, we're talking with St. Joe. Out there in St. Joe Bay last week, the trout were really being caught there off the wall there at the marina and off the bank up under the bridge there going in the Intercoastal Waterway. They was catching a lot of trout and flounder. The cool weather last week was moving them in the Intercoastal. But this weather, the way it's bouncing back and forth, the water temperature drops and then it goes back. So it's kind of iffy right now on that. But over here in Apalachicola Bay, the trout have really got out on these oyster bars, and they're staging out there just ready to move up in the river. And, I mean, they're catching a lot of nice trout out there and catching them on topwater right now.
I have heard really good reports from Apalachicola Bay for the month of November.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's hot as a firecracker, and the sheephead's still on the bridge, so,
yeah.
I mean, you can catch a lot of fish over here.
Well, tell us about, you were telling me before we came on the air about a shark caught up there around Howard's Creek.
Yeah, there was a guy that caught a 6.5-foot bull shark bass fishing this past weekend up at Howard's Creek.
Wow. We knew that was just a matter of time before that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
What shape is the river in?
Winston, I tell you what, I've been on the river all weekend. We hunted some of the islands over there this week looking for that big deer, and but it's low and it's so clear you just won't believe it. I mean, it's unbelievably clear. And some of the people that hunt with me they oyster for a living. They said that if something's not done real quick, it's just going to ruin all the oyster fishery down here. And there's huge clams up here they're finding dead too. That's dying because of the saltwater intrusion. Freshwater clams. Yeah,
that's going to be a big problem. It's really coming to the surface now, but it's been coming for a year or two, and I really don't think Georgia prepared for their drought up there, and I think we're suffering more than they are.
Yeah, it's, according to all the local people down here, it's just going to kill everything down here, and there's no natural grass anywhere up around the bay anymore because the salt water has gotten back in all the tributaries and all and killed all the grass, and so, the habitat's just diminishing over here.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy yesterday who had a houseboat up there, and he's catching more saltwater fish now than brim.
Yeah. And, you can catch them. They're catching redfishing up here, as far as Fort Gaston Creek.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Blair, listen, if somebody's going down this weekend, what would you recommend them doing?
I'd tell them to go to if they want to catch fish, go to Apalachicola Bay and just get out there around the oyster bars. So,
okay.
On the inside of St. Vincent Island and just fish. They're going to catch a lot of fish.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good report, buddy.
Let me say one other thing, Winston. The bears are going everywhere. I see them every day. But yesterday I filmed a mama bear and 3 cubs up in the top of an oak tree tearing the limbs apart, eating acorns.
Oh, man.
And I hope the film turned out good. If it does, I'll let you have it.
Yeah, that'd be something great.
Yeah, it was real cute.
Yeah, you be careful around them, too.
Yeah, I got a little close to them one time. I was walking around filming them, and then I decided I might better get my truck.
Yeah, don't get between the mama and the cubs.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Blair. Appreciate that report.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
All right, folks, we're going to be right back. Welcome back, folks. This familiar face, Red Holland. Welcome back to TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate the invitation.
Red, since I've been doing the show and I get out some in the different communities and all, I go to Apalachicola, Blufftown, and people, one of the first questions people say, "Where's Red Holland? What's he doing?" So let's tell them what you've been doing.
Oh, Red, everybody just, there are all kinds of stories out there about me.
That's what
we hear them everywhere we go, no matter if we're in South Florida or wherever we're at, we hear different kind of stories and everything. My wife, first thing she told me this morning, and I follow instructions real good, she says, "Red, you're not in charge this morning." I said, "Okay, baby."
Well, we're gonna let you do a lot of the talking now. Tell people, most people know about how you got started, but some people don't. How did you get started? Folks, he was a pioneer in the outdoor TV shows in this area. Red was the first one to come out and start doing it. Tell us how it happened.
Well, my wife and I owned a grocery store in Webb, Alabama, and it was a Dixie Dandy. We run the store, and me and Beth and the kids, and we was close to the television station, Channel 4 in Dothan. And so we knew all the people that worked at the channel up there. And so they'd come in the store, and we met all the wrestlers. You know, that was back when wrestling was really big in this part of the country. And the wrestlers, they'd go up there and fight and smear this fake blood all over them.
No, it wasn't fake.
Yeah, they'd bust a capsule in their mouth and they'd be all bloody, and they'd come down in the store and get a hot dog, and you know, they were the best of friends. People didn't realize that. I'd tell my daddy that, and Daddy'd say, "Son, you don't know." No, I was sitting there watching him, and he knocked him slam out the ring. And I said, "No, Daddy, it's all fake." So, you know.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors. But anyway, John Goss, who was a sales manager at WTVY, was standing in the store one day, leaning up against a drink box, eating a pack of soda crackers, and drinking him a cold drink. And I was stamping groceries with one of these old stamping machines, putting up cans of soup and peas and corn and whatever. And I walked up there and was talking to him. He says, "Don't you fish?" I said, "Yeah, well, Beth and I can get out of this grocery store." He says, "Well, look, we need somebody to come on with Gene Reagan, the farm man, and do a 5-minute fishing report early in the morning." And I says, "Oh, is that right?" He says, "Yeah." I says, "What does it pay?" He said, "Nothing." I said, "I don't need any more hobbies." I said, "I got enough hobbies." But Beth overheard it. And he said, "We'll let you advertise your store for free if you'll do that fishing report."
Okay.
I had 5 minutes, then I had 10 minutes, and then it turned into a very lucrative 28 years on television.
28 years, and you got up to doing an hour show?
Oh, yeah. And we did the outdoor program. And, you know, you young people out there watch this program, 1988, Bass Planner Daily Fishing Guide. I've kept a log since then, where to go, what to do.
Wow.
I got a friend, Ben Lanier, over at Beacon Hill, between St. Joe and Mexico Beach. He keeps a log every day of his life. I can call him up right now and say, "Ben, look here, back in 1989, what was going on then? What was the weather like?" He's got the weather, where the fish was biting, how low the water was in the Apalachicola River.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That
Keep
really
a log.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and find out how he ended up down here in Panama City. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Now we're getting some of his secrets. I'm sitting here with Red Holland, and a lot of folks don't realize this. Red has always, been able to help people out and all. And one of the things you helped me out, I never will forget when my book first came out. You let me come on your show and talk about the book, and that was just instrumental in helping it start off on a good foot. I always appreciate that.
You never did send me a check either.
Well,
Never, all that cut.
The check
How
is
about my little pinch off on that?
the check is in the mail. You get it? Another thing you did too, when I first started out the WED program at Mose, we came and spoke to the kids at school, and they got a kick out of it.
Yep.
And I remember that back in the 90s, 94, 95, you came in there and talked to us. So we appreciate you doing those things.
We used to do a lot of that. Especially when we was on Channel 4 in Dothan, we went up we went to schools and we did a lot more things when we was young.
Yeah, I understand that.
The older you get, you slow down a little bit.
And Miss Beth, how's she doing?
She had her right knee replaced, and folks, if you have anything ever done like that, therapy's the key. The doctor told her she can go to riding bicycles, she can play golf, and so
great.
she's doing really, really well.
Well, let's take advantage of your little fishing guide now. If you want to share that, if you sort of this time of the year, you're looking back, that was 1988. What?
Well, no, it covers all the years from 1988 all the way to up to date.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. There's notes in here about.
Yeah, I see them. Well, in late November, according to your notes and all, just a rough idea.
Well, Bill Marar introduced me to this, and it says, look back at the 1st of November. Let's see, check on drum in the St. Joe Canal. How about that?
Okay.
Stripers below the dam at Chattahoochee. Lots of flounder 2 miles out. Temperature 75 degrees. Joe Ed and the East Cut off the Big River. Lots of brim and small bass.
That's Joe Ed Davis, and this time of year, those guys love to go.
They took a boat over there.
Yeah, they sure
during
did.
Thanksgiving, and we had the opportunity to go over there. And don't forget Saul's Creek and Johnson for crappie.
There you go, folks.
You can flip back over the years. These fish, and I would record the temperature, what the tide was doing, if it was salt water, and it helps. Like you can go back to the same place bass fishing. I used to tournament bass fish a lot, and year after year after year, some of these names are probably familiar to you in here. I was just looking at this. I hadn't looked at this in years. Historical results, Panama City Fishing Tournament. You remember when they had the fishing tournament down at the marina down here?
Big old tournament.
98, 99, 2000, 2001. Take for instance on flounder. Red Holland, first place. Mike Hastings.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Mike Hastings?
He's a flounder king. He is.
Hastings, he works at his daddy works at
Howell Tackle.
At Howell Tackle, yeah. Now, I'll tell you what, he taught me how to flounder fish.
Did he really?
Yes, sir.
Well, Ray, let's tell a quick story. One of my favorite, I used to watch the show and all. I used to love the commercials as much as I did the show because they were so original. And one of my favorite commercials always was that when the satellites.
Hold it. Stop. Hold it. I know you in charge. I know you in charge now. I know you in charge now. But
Lee Sullivan just walked in. He scared everybody, but we're just.
But
this
show is this show is a lot. The wheels run off now.
The best one you ever did was that garbage can.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Listen to me. The wheels run. This show is too structured for me. He's got all this stuff wrote down over here, Lee.
He's an education.
Yeah, I got to have a lesson plan.
Yeah, lesson plan. That's it.
Lee just agreed with me. The best commercial I ever had was holding up a wash tub. When the satellite dishes first came out, you were holding up a big old tub, and they're trying to come on in satellite. Can you still do that one? Or
yes, sir.
You still have that one?
Let me tell you how that happened. We were struggling. Truett's television and satellite, that's when they first started coming out. And it was a big old dish. My goodness, it'd cover half this wall
Yeah,
over.
I had
Y'all remember the old big dish? It was out in people's yards. We was down there trying to do a commercial, and this guy was telling me just what he wanted done, and I never could follow a script. Never in my entire life could I follow any structure at all, Lee.
I know it, Red.
Now you know it. All right. But anyway, I told him, I said, look, y'all just hold on just a second. I said, Wayne, turn the camera on. And there was a tub,
Yeah.
a number 2 wash tub,
Yeah.
laying overside the building, and there was beer cans in it and paper, and they'd used it for a trash can. And I took it and I dumped it out. Then I said, all right, turn the camera on, Wayne. I said, come on in, satellite. Come on in, satellite. And I threw that old tub down. I said, look here. If this is what you're trying to do to get television, what you need to do is call these people in, trick, blah, 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 blah. And it was all over. The old boy tried to cut me in on that deal. He says, let me give you a piece of the action on this. I said, man, satellite, they ain't gonna do nothing with those satellites. And he go, no, you'll perish to death, but them people ain't gonna pay no $1,600, $1,700. That's what it was,
Yeah.
$2,000, $2,400. Look at him, he was doubling his money. It made him a wealthy man. I charged him $125, I think. He got rich, and I still got my $125.
But you did an American classic as far as commercials. I think that was one of the most well-known commercials in the South.
We won an award for several. We've done that over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best ones in Panama City was out here for Jimmy Petty. And
Oh, yeah,
Hall Septic Tank with the outhouse going over the hill.
Yeah, that was a great one. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. Let's quickly do our Chick-Fil-A fishing game forecast. Red, if you're going fishing today, you better go around, what is that, 3 o'clock this afternoon and about 8:30 tonight.
Son, it's humming out there. It's humming. You get up and look at that paper mill smoke.
Yeah.
When it's laying over like that, they got small craft advisories out there.
Yeah, so we're going to just stay in today, I think. But I was just asking people, ask about, your mother's still kicking around.
Mother's 88 years old, and she still tells me what to do.
That's good.
I'm
That's
telling
good.
you, Mother is doing really fine, and
I know you
makes
used to
no
tell-
difference how old you are. She's still Mama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know we used to hear some good stories on her also. What about the Red Rusted Rooster? What's going on there?
We're closing it out. We'll be
Really?
out of there by January the 1st. Folks, everything is half price now, too. I'm just trying to get some of my money back that I've spent down there. Now, we didn't get a lot of walk-in traffic. If we had had some fall come along and shift us down the street where all the restaurants are,
Yeah.
St. Andrew's really coming.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one of the prettiest Christmas card scenes that I've seen in many years. You know, I live over in the Cove.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out this morning down Main Street on Harrison Avenue, no cars on the street, the Christmas lights are up, and off in the distance you can see the steeple of the First Baptist Church with the cross out there. Let me tell you, it was majestic
That is good.
looking this morning. Down the street, it was just, downtown Panama City has really come back. And when we moved down here 15, 16 years ago, it's come a long way. St. Andrew is coming a long way too. They got a lot of good people working on it down there,
Yeah,
but
yes they do.
you know, I got a place down South Florida on Pine Island. We got a place at the river. We got a place here. And I play golf, so I'm staying just as busy. We're not going to quit altogether.
Okay.
We're going to keep on doing something.
You know, he's too young to retire. What about, are you getting into fishing?
Oh, yeah, I fish all the time. Well, we got a trip scheduled. Some friend and I are going down to Lake Kissimmee. We're going down there shiner fishing, bass fishing. We'll be down there. In fact, we're leaving in the morning. We'll be down there. We'll fish Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday.
Oh man, you're going to miss the Christmas parade this Saturday. Maybe, well, listen, Fox 28, set your TiVo and record it so you can watch it when you get home.
Okay.
We're going to be in a Christmas parade, folks. We don't want to miss that. There's going to be a major announcement coming up with Chick-Fil-A pretty soon. They're going to start teaming up with FWC and they're going to start giving tickets to young people. But the tickets they're going to give, the kids that are wearing life jackets, they're going to give them a free chicken biscuit ticket.
Hey, that's great.
I know you're a firm believer in wearing life jackets and all. I know you've talked about it in the show and all.
My wife, I've always told her, I says, listen, if they find me out there somewhere, drowned, out of the boat, and I hadn't got my life jacket on, it was murder.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you what, if you go out on that water and you don't wear that life jacket, you just asking for trouble. Hypothermia sets in right now. I'm talking about quick. You can't, you know, you hit that cold water, you're disoriented.
I remember that's one of the messages I got from watching your show a lot about how you preach time and time again about just wearing a life jacket when you're out there driving on that boat.
Well, now, a lot of times if I'm out there with a bunch of guys on the boat and we're running on a big boat, you know, I'm not as, but I always hook up the kill switch.
Yeah.
The kill switch, always hooked up. What was we going to talk about this
We were going to talk real quick. I know we only got a minute or two left. What is the solution to the Apalachicola River problem? I don't know if we can get this on, Jeff. You know those guys over there, and Atlanta's getting all our water now. What would you do if you were the governor?
I talked about this 10 years ago.
You saw it coming.
No, didn't see it coming. I just said if Atlanta wants it, it's going to get it.
Well, that's what happened.
If Atlanta, they can't parish them folks to death. This river system comes out of North Georgia, folks. The Chattahoochee River. I've been up there and almost waded across it. Lake Lanier is it's one of the deepest lakes in the South. And they show all this dried banks up there at Lake Lanier. Well, let me tell you what, Lake Lanier is still deep, even with that much water drawn down. Where they need rain is in the mountains of North Georgia and all up and down the Apalachicola River. Well, the Chattahoochee River and the Flint River system come together at Chattahoochee to form the Apalachicola River. You know.
Well, we're going to do something. You're going to think about it, come back on the show. We've run out of time.
We just need some rain.
Red, thank you so much.
It's over with? I just got here.
Well, we got to let
Lee, how about me coming over? I ain't finished yet. I ain't said everything I want to say yet. I got a lot to talk about.
Folks, we're out of here. Y'all do random act of kindness. Thanks so much.
Join us weekdays for Panhandle Outdoors with Captain Roy and the Coach, Florida's only live daily outdoor show.